or she is coming in?
Probably coming in.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Chris Kissel, and I teach you mindful movement. And this class is designed to learn how to contract your body efficiently so other muscles in your body don't tighten up. Our main focus today is going to be sciatic nerve pain. So if you suffer from sciatic nerve pain, have suffered from sciatic nerve pain, or do not want to suffer from sciatic nerve pain, you'll want to be mindful of these moves we're going to do today. So let me preface this by saying if you are currently in pain with a sciatic nerve, which is a pinching of your sciatic nerve by the muscles in your glute area, it's caused by your sacroiliac joint being off center, and then all these muscles pull these joints back and forth, and they squeeze on nerves that you don't want them to be squeezed on. So we're going to take the pressure off those nerves today. If you are suffering right now, do what you can, do the moves that feel good to you. Keep doing those moves until you are out of pain. And then once you are out of pain, go back and watch this video so you can learn the moves that will keep you out of pain. What you're going to need today is a yoga block, a little prop for your head. It can be a pillow, a throw pillow off your couch. I've got this little squishy ball that I love for the back of my head. And we're going to need a towel, just a small towel, like a hand towel sized towel, or if you have a yoga strap, that will work too. So let's get started. We're going to start on our backs. And like I said, if you're in pain, move slowly through this. Take your time and be mindful of your breathing, okay? We want to keep our breathing nice and even through these moves. And don't find yourself holding your breath. Now, this first move is designed to work on the front of our spine and this whole iliac complex. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower ourselves down to the ground, go however you can to comfortably get down on your back with your knees bent. Now, there is a modification for this if you're in extreme pain. You might want to take your feet and put them up on 2 yoga blocks. Just set your feet there, or if you have a foam roller, or if you have a stepper, something that would elevate your feet, that might feel better to you. Our goal for this move is to round our spine into the floor and open up that lumbar spine. But what we want to be mindful of is we want to keep our neck going the same direction as our low back. So I'm going to place this ball under the back of my head so I can tilt my chin towards my chest and round my neck even more towards the floor. So we're going to keep our chin tucked into our chest. We've got our feet flat on the floor or elevated up on blocks. Your gaze is at the top of your knees. From here, I just want you to loosely place your hands down by your side, or you can place them right here on your lower abdominal area. Now, what I want you to feel is a subtle movement of your low back rounding into the floor. And how we're going to achieve this is by pulling our navel into our spine. So we're all set up. Our gaze is at the top of our knees. Our chin is tilted down. Our neck is going towards the floor, and our low back is going to round into the floor by pulling your navel into your spine. So you are not lifting your hips. You're just pulling your navel in tight. And feel this pubic bone complex kind of tilt up towards your nose. Hold this position for 6 seconds. Keep holding. It's long 6 seconds. And then just release it. Now let's do that again. I'm talking you through all the cues because I want you to be very mindful. So go ahead and gaze at the top of your knees. Bring your chin to your chest. Place your hands gently on your lower abdominals. Pull your navel into your spine. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, and feel your low back flatten into the floor. Very subtle move. It can be painful if you've got that nerve being compressed, but let's do what you can, all right? So I would advise doing that 6 or 10 times in the morning when you wake up. Now, we're going to move that pelvic complex individually now. There's 2 sides to this SI joint. You've got one on your right, one on your left. What I want you to do now is we're going to keep our chin tucked under. We're going to bring our knee as close to our chest as we can. All right? Get it where you can. Now, place your hand in front of that knee. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to push your knee into your hand and your hand into your knee. Push, push, push. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. And don't strain when you're doing this. You're just blocking your knee with your hand. And then release it. Now, see if your knee can come a little closer to your chest on this next one. Bring your knee up closer to your chest and block it once it stops. Now I want you to push your knee into your hand. You'll feel the spine going towards the floor. Your gaze is still looking forward. Your chin's tucked under. And release. So you can do that several times on each side. You'll find one side, if you are suffering right now with SI pain, one side's going to be more difficult than the other. I want you to do both sides. Go ahead and bring this knee towards your chest. Block this one and give it a tuck and push your knee into your hand. Push, push. Good job. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Do what you can if you're in pain right now. If you're not, these are great moves to keep you out of that pain. And if you've ever had it, you never want to get it again. Okay, take it down. Now monitor these and see if your knee gets closer each time to your chest. It's more than likely it will. Push your knee into your hand into your knee. Gentle push. And if this is an affected side or you have pain on this side, don't push extremely hard. Do what you can. We don't want to increase the pain. We want to reduce the pain. All right, all right. Okay, so let's grab our yoga block. And I want you to place it between your knees. Now we're going to work on the glutes on the back side. What I want you to do is just some gentle squeezes of the glutes. Now, if you want to just lower your head down to the floor, that's fine, or you can keep it tilted. Go ahead and just press your knees gently into the yoga block just to hold it in place. Your feet are firmly planted on the floor. And from here, I want you to squeeze your butt cheeks together, squeeze those glutes, and just squeeze them. We're not lifting right now. We're just squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Keep breathing. And release. Good job. And go ahead and do it again. Squeeze. Now see, be mindful here. See if you can squeeze evenly from both sides. If you are affected with SI joint pain right now or sciatic nerve pain, you might not be able to squeeze as much on one side because it's probably already squeezing on that nerve. And release. Let's do that one more time. Go ahead and squeeze, 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 squeeze. And release. All right. And like I said, the goal of this is to find moves that work for you. Everybody's different. If I was in SI pain or sciatic nerve pain, right now, this rotation would feel good to me, but everybody's different. So you might have to mix up the order of how you do these moves. Now, this is where we get our towel. I want you to grab it kind of diagonal to make it its longest version, or your yoga strap. And what you're going to do is you're going to place it behind your knee or your thigh, and then grab it with your hand that's on the same side as that knee. Now, take that ankle and place it on top of the other knee. Now, typically, you would see somebody go and push this open to stretch this inside of your leg. Well, the inside of your leg is tight because your external rotators back here on your hip are not working. So we need to keep that sacrum even and in place, and these pull on that sacrum and the iliac complex. So what you're going to do for this is you're going to hold on to this towel as resistance, and you're going to push your knee open, push it open, and in turn, you will be squeezing back here. You'll be squeezing this external rotators of your hip. So push it open into the towel. Let the towel give you a little resistance. Keep pushing, hold that. We're opening the hip into external rotation. Nice job. And then relax it. All right, let's do that again. So let the leg drop away from you, push away from you as far as you can. Once you get it there, get your resistance going, and then keep pushing that leg open. Open up that hip. Open up that hip. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. And then release it. Let's switch sides. So go ahead and take your towel, wrap it behind your thigh, grab it in the hand that's the same as the leg you're working. Drop the foot over to the other knee, and let's open that leg out. Open it out, open it out, open it out. And in turn, if you were tight in your adductors on the inside of your leg, activating these muscles on the outside of your leg will allow that tightness to go away. So you're not just pushing on the tightness, you're creating efficient muscle contraction on the other side of the tightness to permanently keep those muscles from getting tight and to strengthen the ones on the back of the hip. Go ahead and release. So what we're doing is we're creating strength and efficiency in these muscles that we're shortening, the ones that we are contracting. So go ahead and open your leg where it'll go, and then just grab hold of the towel and then push that leg out into the towel. Open it up a little bit more. Push it. You're squeezing 4 different groups of muscles on the outside of the back of your hip. These are external rotators of your hip. We're increasing their efficiency. They're going to hold that sacrum in place and relax. So this might be harder on one side than the other. Respect your body. Go where your body wants to go. All right. So from here, we're going to go ahead and sit up. And let's just move into a seated position and see if you can get into this seated position. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is just open your legs up here. And we're going to do a little internal rotation of that hip. We just worked external rotation of the hip. So what I want you to do is just move your legs over to one side, come back to the center, and then move them over to the other side. And now, come back to the center. So now what I want you to do is I want you to take your left leg and open it up where it's comfortable. We're going to work on the right leg doing internal rotation. So we're going to leave this left leg open and where it wants to be. Just keep it out of the way. And from here, I want you to roll that leg in and then bring it out. Roll that leg in and bring it out. Now my left leg is staying in place. I'm holding it in place purposely. And we're just rolling the right leg in and out. Good job. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to open out this right leg. And we're going to purposely keep it there. We're going to work a little bit to keep that right leg there. We don't want it moving as we move our left leg. So you're going to take your left leg and roll it in and out. And roll it in and out. And roll it in and out. So we're creating internal rotation of that hip. Let's go to hands and knees. We're going to do cat-cow now. You might have, I'm sure most of you are aware of what cat-cow is, but we're going to start in tabletop position. So make sure you have a nice, strong, sturdy table. Your hands are directly under your shoulders. Your knees are directly under your hips. Good job. And from here, we're going to see how that back rounds, that low back rounds. We've already activated the muscles on the front of that spine to get that roundness, and let's see if it'll help us. So I want you to drop your chin to your chest, and as you do, I want you to pull your navel up to your spine. Now, if you are suffering from sciatic nerve pain right now, this could be a little hard, so go where you can go, but pull your navel up to your spine. This might just be a micro move for you. And then I want you to relax that. I want you to lift your chin, and I want you to just let your pelvic bones shoot forward and just let your belly hang. So let's work the muscles that are going to bring that spine up to the ceiling. Pull your navel into your spine. Pull your navel into your spine. Round up, dropping your chin to your chest. So when we have back pain or pain down our leg, we just think of the back as being the problem. But we've got to work the muscles on the front of the spine. And relax it. Just let it relax. Okay, go to your comfortable spot. Let it relax. All right, from here, we're going to extend one leg back. So let's take our right leg and extend it back behind us. I want you to curl your toes under. I'm going to scoot up a little bit. You can see me. Curl your toes under. And from here, we're just going to work the ankle a little bit. If you have limited mobility in your ankles, it can shoot this pain up through your hips, up through your low back, up to your shoulder, up to your neck. So we've got to keep these ankles moving. So I'm just rocking back and forth through the ball of my foot to get that ankle joint loosened up. And now we're going to take it back to the hip. This one feels so good, but if this is a side that's affected on you, it might not feel quite as good. So like I said, go back to micro movements. Don't move very far. We're going to lift that right leg up off the floor. We're going to cross it over our left leg. And then I want you to take a peek over your left shoulder. So we're stretching out that right side of the body, but in turn, we're contracting the left side of the body. So we're shortening the muscles that support the hip on the left side, and we're contracting them. So from here, I just want you to give that gentle rock through your ankle. Rock through the ankle. You're looking over to your foot, looking over your shoulder to your foot, and give it a nice rock. So be mindful, the only reason the right side of the body can stretch is because the left side is contracting and shortening. Be mindful of that. Okay, bring it back. Let's do it on the other side. So take your left leg back behind you. Let's work that ankle. Let's do a few rolls through the ankle. Get some mobility going in our ankles. Good job. Got to take care of those feet and ankles. Got to keep them mobile. All right, lift that left leg up off the floor. Take it over, cross it over your right leg. Take a peek over your right shoulder. Find that foot. Shorten that right side of your body as you rock back into that left ankle. So you're shortening all this right here. This is your quadratus lumborum, your external obliques, your internal obliques. You're shortening those, you're using them, you're contracting them. And that is what is allowing you to open up the left side of the body. All right. Doesn't that feel good? All right. So now, from here, let's do a little corrective lift if your hip is, I'm going to turn around this way. If your hip is hurting right now, do what you can, but this is to strengthen the hip that's not on the block. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a yoga block. You're going to go back into your quadruped position. Say that several times. All right, so we've got a nice sturdy tabletop going here. We've got one knee up on the block. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my knee that's not on the block and try to lift it up level with the block and then let it drop down. Lift it level with the block and let it drop down. Now this strengthens the muscles that holds that SI joint together. So if you're in extreme pain, you might not be able to do this on your affected side. Do it on the other side. And then work your way into this one. This is so good to strengthen that affected side. Okay, let's switch sides. So I'm going to keep myself the same way so you can see what's going on. I'm going to take my knee. I'm going to place it on top of the block. I'm still in a quadruped, hands and knees position. And from here, I'm going to put my weight on the knee on the block. And then I'm going to lift my other leg up so it becomes even with the top of the block. So down and lift. Lower and lift. Lower. It's a subtle move. And lift. Lower and lift. And you're not lifting with your knee, you're lifting with the back of your hip. So with that in mind, I want you to try it one more time. Lower and lift with your hip. Good job. Good job. All right. So this next move is going to work those muscles that hang on to the side of that hip and hold the whole sacroiliac joint in place. And these were what I call strengthening moves. So if you are in pain right now, these might not work for you. These are your goal to be able to do to keep you out of pain. So what we're going to do is we're going to get in a sideline position. So I want your knees, we're going to do a plank, right? A sideline plank. I want your elbow right under your shoulder, your knees back here, and I want you to lift up on your knees and your elbow. Lift up here and hold yourself up. Now, if you want to add to this, you can open this leg up and down, open and close. So we're doing a little clamshell while we're doing a side plank. Open and close. Now you can leave the clamshell out. You can go down here. You can lift back up. Open, close, lower, lift, open, close. So let's do that on the other side. And if you are in pain at this point, just work towards this. We do not want to aggravate that joint. We want to make it strong and we want it to hold in place so you don't get back in this pain. So once again, my elbow is right under my shoulder. My knees are back in line with my hip. I'm going to pop myself up and I'm going to open that leg. I'm going to lower that leg down. I'm going to lower my hips. Lift your hips. Open the leg. Lower the leg. Drop the hips. Lift the hips. Open the leg. Lower the leg and drop the hips. Okay, from here, we're going to do what we call superhumans. And we're going to go on our stomachs. And we're going to do alternating arm and leg for these. What I want you to be really mindful when we're in this position is pretend like you have a grape under your belly button. You don't want to smash that grape, all right? So we're going to keep our navel pulled tight into our spine while we're working through this move. So our arms are going to be extended out long, our legs out long, and your head is just looking down at the floor. And what I want you to do is take your right arm and your left leg and lift it. But remember, you've got that grape there. Pull your navel tight into your spine and lower down. Now do your left arm, your right leg, lift. And once you're lifted, it's not a huge lift. I want you to reach long, reach your arm away from your foot and lower it down and see if your hand's longer. Lift, reach, pull the navel in, lower, lift, reach, pull the navel in, lower, one more, lift, reach, pull the navel in, lower. Good job, good job. We have time for one more strengthening move. So we're going to go to our back. And these are dead bugs. So basically, this is the exact opposite of what we just did. We were working the extensors of our body. Now we're going to work the flexors of our body. So go back into your position where you're on your back. and your head's on the floor, your navel's tilted towards the floor. I want you to pull your navel in real tight, and I want you to bring your knees up in the air. Your arms are up in the air. Now, our goal is to keep our low back flattened into the floor, more than flattened, kind of rounded into the floor. So take your right arm back behind you and try to tap your left toe on the floor and bring it back up. Left arm goes behind you, tap your right toe on the floor. You're keeping that knee bent at that same angle and bring it up. Now, be mindful, you're keeping that navel into the floor. Don't let your back arch up off the floor when we do these. Push your back into the floor. Do it again. Right arm goes back, left toe goes to the floor. Bring it back up. Left arm goes back, right toe goes to the floor. Bring it back up. Now, don't let this bend move. I don't want you reaching out this way. Okay, let's do it again. Right arm goes to the floor, left toe goes to the floor. Bring it back up. Hold that spine into the floor. Left arm goes back, right toe goes to the floor. Bring it back up. Nice job, nice job. Let's grab that yoga block while we're in this position. I'm going to show you how to, I kind of seat my sacrum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this long, okay? And I'm going to put it right under my sacrum. My sacrum is right here. Your low back stops right here. Your sacrum is that bony part right here. I'm going to place this yoga block on that sacrum, that flat bone between both my hips. And from here, you can just lay here and just let your body chill. Put your spine into a bit of suspension. It doesn't have anything pressing on it. It allows your spine to release. It allows your hip complex to level itself out, and it allows those nerves that are pinching and running down your leg to release. So this is a very comfortable position to get in. If you want to prop your legs up on a chair where you're just totally relaxed. But I love having this yoga block under my sacrum because it lets the hips be suspended and the low back be suspended. So you can just open up your arms, stay in this position, take some nice deep breaths, go to your happy place. And I hope you found some moves that relieve that sciatic pain for you. And more importantly, you use these moves to keep you from being in sciatic pain. So thank you all for joining me this morning, and have a great day.